Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Kyle. I make reactions to movies and TV shows. Okay, so we're heading back into Hannibal today. This is episode 4, season 1. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the names of these episodes. I haven't, because I don't think that they're all English. I have the feeling that, so one of them was called a Amuse-Bouche. I think that was episode 2, right? I have a feeling they're named after food, so it would be keeping with the theme of the show, but I don't know how to actually pronounce the names. So, season 1, episode 4. Last episode was highly focused on Hannibal and Abigail. I misjudged Abigail. I don't know. Something about her still seems pretty hinky to me. She seems to be just a little bit too, into some stuff, like the whole recreation that she had imagined. But yeah, and last episode definitely made me question, Hannibal and be like, I like you, but I don't like you, You guys know what I mean. I said it in the last episode. He's interesting. I feel like I'm going to have a fun time watching him get up to some stuff. I'm not rooting for him. I just don't think that I'm ever going to root for a serial killer, guys. Interested in knowing where Hannibal, Abigail and Hannibal. Interested in knowing where the Abigail and Hannibal thing is going to go, because Hannibal, I'm thinking he's going to hold on to the brother's body that he got rid of, or that Abigail stabbed, but I'm pretty sure that he got rid of, right? I think he's going to hold on to that body and kind of hold that over Abigail, which makes me think that Abigail might be like a bad guy, but she's not going to want to be a bad guy. So he's going to continually blackmail her. That's a wild guess. I don't know. Maybe she's really into it and we just don't know yet. Will we see more Will? Will we see more Jack? Alana is a very side character right now. She keeps just popping up. And this Freddie Lounds. Freddie Lounds. I don't know how I feel about her. She's she's clearly an antagonist, but I can also respect the hustle. So we'll see. Who's gonna die? Who's gonna get eaten? If you would like to full version might be in the description. It'll be in the description. I don't know if I'll put it out on the channel. Let's just assume that it will be there at some point. And leave a comment if you would like to, but let's get to eating people. I think that this background is very good, because I've noticed in this show, they like their primary colors and their saturated colors. So I feel like this is a really good background for this show.
You're the one who called the house.
I'll keep your secret.
And I'll keep yours.
I don't think she should try to go toe-to-toe with Hannibal. I just don't see it working out well for her.
At night, I leave the lights on in my little house.
Got the face-to-face.
And it's really the only time I feel safe.
You stood in the breathing silence of Garrett Jacob Hobbs' home.
Breathing silence. That's a weird way to phrase that.
Noise and clarity. I tried so hard to know Garrett Jacob Hobbs. Past the slides and vials, beyond the lines of the police reports.
I said it in episode 1. I don't think this is a good job for Will.
How did you feel seeing Marisha Shaw impaled in his auto room?
Hannibal. Blink.
Guilty.
Because you couldn't save her?
Because I felt like I killed her. I felt like we were doing the same things at different times of day, like I was eating the same time he was.
Is this hypnosis? What's that reverb?
You were becoming him.
I know who I am.
Are you dreaming, Will? Okay, they were just playing with the audio. Yummy. Hakuna Matata. Slimy? Yet? satisfying. Oh, hello. Oh my. Oh God. The mom is just like looking at you. Hello. See if
Table has been set. Family dinner.
Are you gonna go like all again?
I take my seat at the head of the table. No one leaves the table. I brought my own family to this home invasion, controlling the Turners with threats of violence. This is
So,
my design.
did the serial killer have some mommy issues?
I shoot Mrs. Turner.
Hey, Jack.
What do you see, Will?
Hannibal. Hannibal, you touch one hair on those dogs' head. If you poison them, I will never, never forgive you. Alright, so are you in the house to find out more about Will? Or are you just trying to get the dogs to like you so that if you ever do come to the house, they take an instant liking to you and that helps you gain Will's trust? What's your end game here, mister? Also, I like how Will called this like a tiny little house. This is a big freaking house. What are you gonna do with that? Ah! Hannibal! Why? Do you taste good?
A son, Jesse, disappeared last year. Last confirmed sighting had him boarding an RV.
Maybe the son did it. I mean, he's young, but, you know, maybe he did it.
All right, any signs of forced entry?
No broken windows or torn screens. It's all sealed up tight.
Yeah, they probably rang the front door.
When was Jesse abducted?
Shooter went low to
Over a
high.
year ago?
I'm telling you, what if it's the kid?
Sharing will help normalize. I'm not normal. Not anymore.
Oh, where are you? Some kind of psychiatric hospital?
Your victimhood has a high profile.
I'm a celebrity victim. Someone here asked me if I kept my stained clothes.
How
Ew.
did that make you feel? Abigail, I'd like you to give the support groups another chance.
Support groups are sucking the life out of me.
You have to find someone to relate to in this experience.
Hannibal? She could go to Hannibal?
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Do you have an appointment?
Do you have a beer?
Are they gonna be friends? I didn't see that coming, if they're gonna be friends.
Interesting day with Abigail?
Although I guess she is the one who recommended Hannibal to Jack, so maybe they're already friends.
I think she might be wrestling with a low-grade depression. Professional neutrality be damned. It's so hard to watch a bright young girl go so adrift.
Spending each day immersed in tragedy may be doing more harm than good. She should be out in the world.
Hannibal, this is a girl who was very attached to her parents. You stepping in as a surrogate would only be a crutch.
I defer to the passion of my esteemed colleague. Passion's good. Gets blood pumping.
Let me guess. Only child.
Yes, I was.
Family friction is usually a catalyst for personality development.
I was the oldest, so all the friction rolled downhill.
I thought middles were the problem. Middle's the sweet spot.
Always trying to figure out where they fit in. They can be great politicians.
Go off, Will. Yes.
There's forgiveness.
What kind of victim forgives the killer at the moment of death?
It is the son, isn't it?
Tell me about your mother.
Some lazy psychiatry, Dr. Lecter. Never knew her.
An interesting place to start. I think we'll discover you and I have a great deal in common with Abigail. She's already demonstrated an aptitude for the psychological. You created a family for yourself.
Yeah, I connected a family of strays.
Tell me about the Turner family. Were they affluent, well-to-do?
Oh, they lived like they had money.
What grudge was Mrs. Turner's killer harboring against her?
Motherhood.
A perversion of it.
Oh, and who is this?
You promised to deliver your wife to my dinner table.
What am I about to put in my mouth?
Rabbit.
Who are you
You
about to
should've
put in your
hopped
mouth?
Yes, he should have.
Our friend Will seems haunted today.
You still suspect Abigail Hobbs and her father's crimes.
The nightmare under Will's pillow is that he was wrong about her.
He needs an anchor, Jack.
It's interesting listening to the music that they play when Will is on scene versus the music they play when Hannibal is in the scene.
Okay, class dismissed. Everyone out.
Oh.
What did I just say?
Oh.
Let's go!
Jack, you need to work on your temper.
Making it difficult to provide an education, Jack.
We found a match to a set of prints we pulled from the Turner home. They belong to a 13-year-old boy from Reston, Virginia. We're ready to go when you are, and you're ready to go now, so
So is someone taking
You're expecting a crime scene.
the kids and then coming back later and having the kids kill the family? Was that maybe just a decoration? A really, really bad decoration? Because if it wasn't, that looked like someone was cooked alive.
Mr. Frist and the children killed first, saving Mrs. Frist for last.
So who is our additional corpse in the fireplace?
I'd say Connor Frist.
Oh, God.
Connor couldn't put his panic back into bottles, so he got shot too.
Whoever shot him disowned him.
All right, so the abduction person is taking kids. Or the killer is abducting and taking kids.
I guess I couldn't make him understand.
Oh, it's a woman.
The family you're born into isn't really family.
Oh, that is very unusual.
We're her family.
I meant your other family.
She was in Will and Grace, and she was just as crazy. Maybe this is just like a continuation of that storyline.
You should be excited to go home, even if it is to say goodbye, because we're your family now, Christopher.
So family is like an overarching theme of this whole episode. They talked about it in the... You see something you like?
Ever heard of Willard Wiggin? What are you looking at?
Both these kids are small, underweight for their age.
The bullet that put Mrs. Frist out of her misery matches 3 used in a murder in Bangor, Maine a year ago.
C.J. Lincoln disappeared 6 months before his mother's murder, hasn't been seen since. Yeah. It takes a sophisticated level of manipulation to convince young boys to kill their families in cold blood.
So they're not even looking for her. Like, they're gonna think it's this kid. Unless maybe he turns on her. Oh my God.
Oh, honey. Oh, jeez. Are you feeling okay? What is this? I'm so embarrassed.
I wonder how she was gonna react to this. So the kid is scared of the older kid, not her?
Our good friend Dr. Bloom has advised against taking too personal an interest in Abigail's welfare.
Yeah, he's really on edge.
I'm angry because I know when I find them, I can't help them. I can't give them back what they just gave away.
What they gave away. I sense projection.
Perhaps it's our responsibility, yours and mine, to help her find her way. I've made arrangements.
Where are we going?
Home. My home. Tell me about your bad dreams.
I had one where Marissa was sending me picture texts. Even though she's dead, I'm afraid that Marissa's gonna tell everyone I killed him and they'll think I'm just like my dad.
You know, I have to say this now because otherwise I will not remember it at the end and I'll kick myself. Hannibal is so difficult to follow. Not because he has like a heart. It's not that he doesn't make illogical, or it's not like his moves aren't logical. It's just, you can tell they're so self-interested. Like, the advice that he's giving people, I keep thinking like a second before he gives it, well, this is what I would tell this person to do. But then he will give what is just so blatantly self-interested advice. Like he's just maneuvering people around on his little chessboard. He's not at all doing it for their own good. I don't know. So his character is a little bit frustrating because I can't predict what he's going to do next or what he's going to say or, you know, like. Anyways, back to it.
Only have to lie about one thing. And when you're with me, you don't have to lie about anything.
See, that is such like that is such a double way of speaking.
Knowing what I did.
It sounds like he's saying you can be honest with me, but what he's really saying is I want you to tell me everything that you think.
And we'll just get used to what I did. Does that make me a sociopath?
It makes you a survivor.
And you can tell that he never says what he's actually thinking either. It's all going through some kind of like normal filter.
It's important to know when it's time to turn the page. Have you thought about applying for schools?
I want to work for the FBI.
Well, you need a degree for that.
They wouldn't let me, though, would they? Nature versus nurture.
You're not your father's daughter. Not anymore. What if it weren't so painful anymore to think of him? Have you ever tried psilocybin?
Mushrooms?
Mushrooms. I have all the access to traumatic memories I need. Unlimited access.
This is such a bad idea. She's gonna have such a horrible trip.
You want me to do drugs?
I want you to do this drug with my supervision. Do you trust me?
No, not with an inch of my life.
Just like we talked about.
How you doing, girl?
Dr. Bloom said this was okay.
Not a chance in hell.
You and I will have many secrets.
Uh-huh.
I want to give you your power back.
I don't feel so good. Sausage and eggs was the last meal I was having with my parents.
I know. It's also the first meal you're having with me.
Got some transference happening there.
There's an adult with some formative sway. It's a woman, a mother figure, I think.
Oh, he figured it out.
Whoever this woman is, she wants these children to burst with love for her.
So she abducts them, convinces them no one can love them as much as she does, and then makes damn sure of it. Where's this kid's parents?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh God, get them under protection now then. Like, seriously, call the Fayetteville PD ASAP. God, and to take such a, like, this moment must be so positive. You know, your kid is coming back after missing them for so long, thinking they're never going to come back, and then... This must be a delicate situation. Yes, a lot of people have died, but we're also talking about kids. You know, from a PR standpoint, I can't imagine the police want to be seen gunning down a bunch of kids. Jack has gone full Morpheus.
Chris, wait!
Oh, this is a kid. This is a kid.
Shoot him, Christopher.
Shoot her. I assume the people behind you are snipers. Through the head. Through the head. You're a forensics person? And you're that good of a shot? Dang, girl.
Can I go home now?
I don't think you're gonna go home for a long time. You came here to kill your family.
I wasn't gonna do it.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to a lot of people about it.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little taken aback, / a lot taken aback, that you would take my patient out of the hospital without my permission.
I'm sorry.
Rude. Hannibal, shockingly rude.
You have every right to be upset.
she's still high.
Sedative, what did you give her?
I only gave her half a Valium, but she may be a little hazy. Please.
This guy has a lot of fruit. He must have, like, just this stuff delivered every single day.
What is it?
Look at how big her pupils are! That is not Valium!
What do you see?
I see family.
His wife is, Firefly, Angel. Half a dozen other shows, too. What's her name?
I think it's too late for us to have kids.
Suits. Zoe from Firefly.
It is for me.
This episode made you want to have kids? Did you see what these kids just did? Oh, okay. Phew. This was a lot. This was a lot, guys. I find myself actually having a hard time keeping up with the dialogue and the pace of this show because things do move very quickly. A lot is being said. I have noticed that this is a very dialogue-driven show. So a lot of the... that's not to say that there's a lot of dialogue, but to say that like the dialogue is very straightforward in what's happening sometimes, or very predictive of what's about to happen. But yeah, Hannibal he's the exact opposite. And it's like a bug crawling underneath my skin. I have to imagine that if evil existed, it would be like Hannibal, where I think it was like the scene where he was apologizing to Alana, where it's like, you know, he kind of seems sincere, but we as the viewer know that he just doesn't mean a gosh darn word of it. I just think that the man never says what he's actually thinking. Ever! I don't think he ever says what he's actually thinking. He says what he thinks the people around him want to hear. And unfortunately, he's very good at predicting what the people around him want to hear. And the tactics that he used on Abigail were just so manipulative. Like first, you know, just suggesting to her that she break out. You know, that's just like a small push. Not necessarily anything wrong with it, but a small push. But it's a secret that then he and her get to keep. And then moving forward to like the bigger push where he suggests that she takes psychedelic drugs, and he wraps it all in this, oh, it's good for you and it's going to help your therapy bullshit, when in reality he's trying to convince her to trust him by just continually putting forward these tiny little like, do you trust me exercises, do you trust me exercises. It's just so manipulative. There was Will was in this episode, yes, but surprisingly no. I don't think we learned a lot about Will, besides the fact that apparently he also has some mother issues. And I continue to say he should not be in this job. It's going to go so bad. I can see it coming. My prediction, Will is going to snap. Whether, I don't know what that means yet. Either he's going to become so angry at some point that he does kill someone voluntarily, or I think the more likely route that they would take would be that he becomes so entrenched or obsessed in some other serial killer's ideas or motives that he feels like he has to act them out in order to understand the killer. I can see him doing that at some point, because he does seem to have like this really deep connection to these murderers. I remember when I was watching the scene where, I think it was the first therapy scene, where Will was talking to Hannibal about Hobbs again. I was like, you know, I think maybe you're giving Hobbs a little too much credit. Sometimes these serial killers aren't very deep. They're, driven by kind of base emotion and impulse that they have a very difficult time controlling. Maybe it sounded almost like Will was making it out to be a bit too intricate, delicate even. And I was like, I think at some point he's going to get so obsessed with figuring out the motive that he's going to do it himself. And not that like he's going to get obsessed with figuring out like why or how someone killed someone. He might already know the how, but I think he's going to want to get so deep into a killer's head that he does something. I don't know where this Abigail storyline is going either with her and Hannibal. All I know is that Hannibal is slowly digesting her, and that's not going to end up well for her. Jack has a temper to work on, and I think he's going to die. Honestly, I think he's going to die. I know we're only 4 episodes in and there's been no hint, but I'm getting some kind of hint that Hannibal is going to kill Jack at some point. Hannibal may kill them all at some point. Anyways, if you would like to like, full version is hopefully in the description, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode for a little bit more frustration. Peace.